the CSX train derailment that we have been working on for most of the day here. Several cars and a tanker fell off the rails. It happened right near Falls Road, right next to the streetcar museum. And one woman had a close call with those derailed cars and down power lines. Let's go onto the bridge tonight with WMAR 2 News' Eddie Kadam. He's live for us to tell us more. Eddie.
Yeah, Jamie, right now, quiet here, but a couple hours ago, hundreds of people were walking by trying to check out what was going on here. I want to give you a look at what we've been looking at in the last couple minutes here. There's still, as you can see, a fire truck down there. Some crews, it appears, do look like they're working, but no big lights, so there's no big construction equipment. They may get started tomorrow. They haven't given us a timeline yet. There weren't any hazardous materials, and these aren't passenger carriers, so there were no people involved on the carriers themselves. And now, I did talk to a woman who just barely escaped being crushed. A giant metal mess now lays right next to the streetcar museum. Jennifer Gwynn couldn't have been any closer. She was on her phone in her van, this van.
I heard a loud bang. I looked up and the train was coming off of the bridge,
crashing into a telephone pole that came down on her van while she was sitting in it.
My first reaction was just to drive off. I started to drive off, and I guess some BGE guys that were working up the street, they told me, get out of the car, leave the car, because I was surrounded by power lines. 5 cars derailed, including what appeared to be a tanker. Power lines snapping and hissing as she tried to figure out how to get to safety. There was a car of the train still hanging off the bridge, and it was a tank, and they didn't know if there was chemicals in it or what, so they were kind of just preparing for an explosion. I wanted to get out of there, get everybody away from the train. It happened to just be cooking oil, thankfully.
Up above, hundreds of people came out to catch a glimpse of the wreckage. Nearby streets shut down for hours.
I heard some sort of like a noise at some point, like a weird, it was mostly like a vibration, and I didn't know exactly what it was.
As the cleanup begins, everyone thankful that no one was hurt.
It was very fast when it happened, so it just, I didn't even have time to really react. It's just, I look up, you don't expect to look up and see a train coming down at you.
And the big question now, how long is this going to take to clean up? We're working to get that answer for you, and we did see that the part of the train did fall down onto the generator for the streetcar museum over here. So they may be down on Sundays. They're usually open on Sundays, but that's, of course, still up in the air. Live on the North Avenue Bridge. Eddie Kadam, WMAR 2 News.